Central American continent was taken by violence. What's your nationality, sir? Hey, what's your nationality? You're Cuban.
Spanish, British.
Okay, so what's your father's nationality? Number one.
I'm adopted, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, let's see something. Get Romans 8:16. So I got a sign to show you. I want you to see something over here in the front. Could you come in the front? So over here on the sign over here, we have what we were called in slavery and what we are called today, right here. Do you find yourself on there? Because you said you're Cuban, like Cubano, right? So you see yourself on there at all? So what does God call you? Because on one side is what we're called in slavery, and this is what God calls us, and this is what we're called in slavery. Manasseh. So let's read Romans 8:16.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 16.
So what we're going to do is we're going to identify the Cubans in the Bible, because what has happened is these people were oppressed. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives were oppressed. Because the Cubans, who were they conquered by?
Look at those.
Spaniards, correct? Okay, let's read the Bible. Read.
The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
So when we go inside to read the Bible, we would know according to how our spirit feels that this is who we are. Because let me ask you a question. Would you identify with Chinese history? No, right? Because it's not in you to identify with that. But if it's your own Cuban history, that will identify with that, correct? That's what the Bible just said. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 28. I want verse 49.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Did that happen to Cubans? A nation of people came against them from far. Yes? Okay, read on.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Now I ask you a question. You said it was the Spaniards. Do you know what symbol Spain was represented by? No, they did come in with the cross, that is right, but what else? Okay, let's read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
He's telling you what the sign is, the eagle. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to look at this sign. See this in history? See this? This is the Spanish coin. It has an eagle on it. This is what the symbol, what the Lord said, or the Bible says will be there. Just like America has on their coin. You remember? Okay, guess where else it was? Rome. Guess where else? Greece. But in the Bible, they're called the Edomite nation. Those people came up against the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans and the so-called blacks and put us into slavery or colonization, right? Read it.
Whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Did our people speak Spanish whenever they first came? What language were we speaking? You don't know. See, look, this is the thing. We don't know our history either. Because they stripped it from us. And they said, you can't read, you can't write, you can't do these, you can't do that. So what has happened is we have assimilated to society not knowing that was our detriment. So the language that we are speaking was Hebrew. That's why you see down at the Los Lunas Stone in New Mexico, the Native Americans, they wrote the Ten Commandments in Hebrew.
That's right.
That's what they wrote. It's all throughout the Mayans, all throughout their different civilizations, they wrote that stuff down. And guess what? You didn't understand that language. So what happened was, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
It says as swift as the eagle flieth, right? We identified that as with the Spaniards, correct? Read on.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance.
Well, it says fierce countenance. Now I'm asking you a question. What happened when they came over? Were they nice to us? What did they do? Colonized. What did that go into? Give me some details. Slavery, okay. Okay, let's see what else it says. A nation of fierce countenance, what?
Which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
Says it killed off the old and the young. Now I'm gonna show you a picture right here. So this picture right here is gonna show you something. This comes out of a book called Bartolome de la Casa, right? This book right here shows exactly what they did. Do you see what they're doing right here? What are they doing? Because you said they came with a cross. What are they doing here? Okay, so what about this one right here? Because this is the Spaniard. These are the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. They were burning them alive by 13s. These are the old. And you know what else? See that right there? That's the baby. And they cut the baby out of the woman's stomach and they bashed it against the stone and then they fed it to the dog, as you can see right there. There's a dog. This is what they did to us. So the point is, did this happen to your people? So if that's the case, guess what you are? God's chosen people.
That's right.
God's chosen people. That's who you are. Not all people, because guess what? God chose the Israelites as his chosen people. You understand that? So what happened in history was we were taught here in America the lies and philosophies of, oh, we're all one and all this. But if we weren't all one there, how are we all one now? How does John 3:16 apply now? Then what about when it was there? You came in the name of the cross, but you weren't preaching John 3:16 at that point. Right? Oh, we could choose our religion and we could choose how we feel and all these different things. Guess what? That's all lies. It's to keep you asleep. Do you understand what I'm going over?
I just got here. I'm
Hey, what's your nationality?
Mexican.
You're Mexican. Can I show you this sign over here? On here, you gotta go. What's your name?
Derek.
Derek. Okay, hopefully we see you. Look on the, our contact information is on the back of there, all right? So you see your nationality on here? So right there at the bottom, Issachar. You know that's a mighty tribe.
That's right.
You know King David, one of his last wives before he died was Issachar. That's what one of his wives were. But that's besides the point. So what we're going over is biblical history of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives.
That's right.
Because they are God's chosen people. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever been told that you're God's chosen people? Why not? You don't know. You ever been to church?
No, a few times, yeah.
A few times. What do they teach you in church?
No, it's been yeah.
Okay, so you're young. So do you know the story about Noah? Yeah. Okay, so you know about Moses? How he went to Pharaoh, they put the plagues there. You don't know anything about it. Okay, so what we're going over is biblical history. Give me Leviticus 26, verse 17.
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you something. What's your name? Gio. Asaya. Okay? So what I'm going to show you is some things that happen to a race of people, and you tell me if this identifies with your race. Okay? Read on.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
Question. Did that happen? Were we slain before our enemies? No. You don't know. Read on.
And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursue it.
No, that don't sound like Mexican history at all.
I don't really know much.
You don't know much. Ah. You know why? How old are you? 23. So what's happened is, what did they teach you in history class? You didn't pay attention. So what's happened is they haven't taught us, because the history what they teach us is from their perspective. And when I say their perspective, I'm talking about the Caucasian race, the European man who conquered this side of the earth, right? Because the Mexicans, they were ruling down throughout Mexico, right? All the way up to California, all the way up through New Mexico, Arizona, right? That was their land. And they were ruling and thriving as a civilization there, correct? But what happened? Some things you got to think about, like, wow. what really happened here? What went on? Why are the Issacharites? Why are they so oppressed people? Why they gotta hang out at Home Depot
Bring it out.
and get work? Why do we have to do that? Give me Genesis 49 about Issachar. I'm gonna show you something. What is Mexican symbol? What animal symbol is it? A what?
It's an eagle.
It's not an eagle. That's the Spaniard symbol. Hey sis, do you know your nationality?
Yeah,
What is it?
it's mixed.
It's mixed. What's your father's? Take a flyer right there, sis. Yeah, it's all right. We're your brothers. It's not the eagle. The eagle is the Spaniard symbol, what they adopted. What about the donkey? Huh?
What about it?
Is that the symbol what Mexicans use a lot? They use the mule as that, correct? You got it? Let's see what the Bible says. Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass.
This is what it's talking about. These are the characteristics of Issachar. It says Issachar is a strong ass. Going into what? A strong people that work hard. Does that identify with your race?
Yeah.
Now watch what else it says. Read.
Couching down between two burdens.
It says it's couching down between two burdens. You know what the two burdens are? America. Because you're oppressed there. If you go back to your own land, what are you in between? South America. Between both of them, that's the land where it's showing you exactly where you are. The two burdens also go into what? You're gonna work for low wages.
Bring it out.
The low wages, but you work real hard. You ever heard that saying, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place? Never heard that? Read on.
And he saw that rest was good.
What do they do in Mexico? Have you ever been there? So they do a thing called siesta, where you go in the middle of the day, you rest, put on a sombrero, chill out. Huh? He's taking a nap, right? Why? Because he's working all day for low pay and with hard work and low pay. Read on.
And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
See that? And he became a servant unto tribute. So in other words, he's going to take the most hardest jobs for the least amount of money. Why is that? Because he has to survive and provide for his family.
Right.
This is the history what we were not taught. This is the prophecy about the so-called Mexicans who are the Issacharites according to the Bible, what their nationality is. Now give me Deuteronomy 28. Give me Deuteronomy 28, 40, 49.
The book of Deuteronomy.
Hold up.
Is it cool if I put it on my story?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Genesis, read on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flight.
Is that what happened to us? A nation of people came from one side of the earth, came and conquered us, right? From where? They came from Spain, right? What happened? Did you know what they were saying? We weren't speaking the same language, right? Read on.
Whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
See that? It says no. You didn't understand their language, because you know what happened? They made a lot of treaties. They made treaties with the Native Americans, which they broke every last one of them. And then guess who else they made it with? The Mexicans, or the so-called Issachar. So-called Mexicans, but they are Issachar. Guess what? They broke every last treaty. Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
See that? They never showed it. So look, let me show you something on the flyer. On the back. See down here, this is our contact information. There's our website. This is our Facebook. And then also you have that one. No, we have a school here. We have a brothers here who's congregating with. But right here, IsraelUnite.org. All right? And you can look us up on YouTube as well. All right? Hey, learn your history, bro. Learn your history.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.